Hi everyone. Okay, we are going to get right into it, we're going to get working with pronouns and links. So we're going to go to our server side first because we don't even have these models yet, and I've already kind of made them, not made them, but typed them out here. We're going to have pronouns, which will be a nullable string. And the reason we're using nullable here is if we don't make it null, our database migrations will actually have to drop the table and make it again, because you can't just add a required field without having a default. And as far as I know, I don't think in Serverpod we can just set defaults on things. But nullable makes sense, like it makes sense that pronouns could be null, not just like an empty string. Same with our links, there'll be a list of string, and they could also be null. So we're going to save that. We're going to run our Serverpod create migration. And now we have a new lovely migration here that if we look at the SQL here, it's not actually dropping the table. It is going to be just modifying this stuff. And then it's also going to be modifying our database Serverpod migration table, which is what they do to essentially track what migrations have run and which have not. Okay, so now we are actually going to apply that migration. So we have to run dart bin main.dart like usual, but we'll do -- apply migrations. And this will look for any unapplied migrations. And we get it added in, and everything is good. So now we should have those fields available to us. And if we actually go to our user database and refresh this, we should see the new fields here, pronouns and links, and all is good. And just for fun, if we go to our migrations table, and just refresh here. Is that our most recent one? Yep, 34. So it's tracking that this was the most recent one here. So there we go. We are good to get started. So now what we need to do is go to our user endpoint. And we already have this update me, but let's actually allow other things to be passed in. We can have a string called pronouns, and a list of string, both nullable, called links. And similar to what we did before for the bio, we'll just do that same kind of thing, pronouns. Oh, we need to, there's one more thing we actually have to do. We got to run our serverpod generate to actually generate the serializers, deserializers, basically all the Dart-based code. There we go. So now we should in here actually see something for pronouns. Yep, so we'll use pronouns. If not, we'll fall back to user.pronouns, basically what it is currently. And for links, we'll do the same thing. We'll use links. If not, we'll fall back to user.links. We got a comma there. So this will allow us to work with this. We need to, we already ran the generator since doing this, so we don't have to actually run the generator again, but we will have to start our server. Awesome. Okay, so now back in this land, we're going to restart our analysis server just so that we get access to this new stuff. And we're going to do something pretty similar for our pronouns. So I'm going to basically copy all this for pronouns. And right here for value, we can actually use user dot, if this will all go, dot pronouns. If not, if they're null, we can just set back to a dash. We'll make this async. We'll call this updated pronouns. Pronouns. Update, and we'll call it maybe it's update your pronouns. It's a little bit friendlier. We do the same with bio. Update your bio. Okay, and we want this just to say pronouns. And here we will use user.pronouns, otherwise just an empty string. We don't want to put the dash in this case because this is what will be in the text box. And we don't really need this to be multi-line. It should just be a single line. And here we'll go, okay, so we'll find our update bio function. And maybe we can actually rename this. So let's refactor, rename symbol. And we'll call it update me. And we'll actually change it to kind of follow the same shape as this, which we're going to actually update. So let's actually update it now. We're going to have a string of pronouns and a list of string called links, I think we're calling it, both being null. And then we will, a few things open we don't need, but we can do the same kind of thing here. Basically, oh yeah, the reason I went here is I want the same shape. And then we can pass forward that same sort of stuff, pronouns, pronouns, links, links. Okay, now over here we're going to have an error in the place we already did, because now this is a, we have to do it that way. And right here for update me, we would actually set pronouns to the update pronouns, which I'm going to rename that. We can just go a bunch of ways we do it, but we can just do it this way. Updated pronouns is what I meant. And then we're good there. Save everything. Okay, we're good. So that should allow us to update our pronouns. Let's see if that will work. Is everything running? Everything's running. Pronouns. Also, I don't know why I have that like that. Let me just dialog utils. Oh, it's probably because this was from my dark mode. Let's make this black 26 or something. I do kind of want to underline on that. Update bio. Okay, update pronouns. Pronouns. He/him. Submit. Okay, that did not work. But update me. Okay, I wonder why. Oh, no. Okay, well, let's step through this. So we have our update me, which passes all that stuff through. To do update me, and that's why it didn't work. We actually need to pass these through as well. Okay, so we're not getting the updated update me. Yeah, we didn't get the generated code. Let's rerun the generator. Maybe I didn't actually save before we ran that generator, because we should have actually these three things, not just bio. And restart the server, and then let's do our analysis restart, which should give us our more up-to-date version of this, hopefully. There we have it. Okay, so now we should be able to pass through pronouns as pronouns, and links as links. Cool. Okay, that's restarted. Let's just restart this for fun. And we'll go edit our pronouns. So edit profile, pronouns, he/him. Submit. And there it is, updated there. We don't actually have this in the profile, but let's put it in our profile component, maybe after the username thing, which is right here, I think. Yeah, so we'll just kind of grab this, but here we'll use user.pronouns, and let's just wrap that in if user.pronouns does not equal null, and user.pronouns.is not empty, because if it's empty, we probably don't want to show it either. And here we'll use body small, and I'll keep that copy with just in case we want to make a change. He/him. Yeah, that's fine with me. So let's get rid of the copy with. We'll just use the default body small. All right, we now have editing that. He/him, and for some reason I want to put an exclamation mark. We should see an update there too. It's beautiful. Everything's great. Okay. Now links. This one's a little bit more complicated because we actually want the ability to maybe add multiple. Although maybe for now, I'm trying to think. Yeah, I think for MVP, maybe it makes more sense just to, because like what would people put? They're gonna put maybe their Instagram handle, maybe their website. I don't think they're gonna like need to put all. If they're like actually a musician, they'll probably do a link to like a link tree or something. But we did already make the database change for this, so screw it, let's do it. Okay, for our links, let's just close everything. Edit profile screen, or I guess edit profile component is what we want to be looking at here. Okay, links. What we can do here is for the value, we can actually use user.links.length .toString. And then we can fall back to 0 if that is null. Oh, I see. I think we can do that, then .toString. Okay, so basically we'll look at the links and we'll put how many links they have, in this case 0. Then what I want to do is actually in our settings row have a final, it'll be, let's just use a widget for this, and we have something called trailing. Now, in this, what we can do is if trailing does not equal null, we can actually just put the trailing widget here, like that. And maybe we wrap it in just a little bit of padding, only on the left of it. Okay, and the reason I want to do that is I want to sort of have a trailing widget of just a icon, icons.chevron right, because this is going to actually bring us to a new screen, and maybe a size of 12 or something. So you'll see that, that's a little small. What's the default size look like? That's okay. Let's see, 18. 18 looks nice. So we have, okay, cool, 0. And in fact, I kind of like how it is on Instagram. So they actually do it this way. Let's have a row, and let's actually put the text the same way we're doing it here. Oh, it's just default. Okay, cool. Yeah, okay, we can literally just have text here then. And this will be basically what I wanted, this right here. So I'll put that in the text. The value, we're just going to have an empty string. And then let's save that. And we need to make our main axis size, main axis size.min. And let's just add a tiny bit of padding. Like that. So it kind of looks, you know, like something, I don't know. That's how Instagram has it, their links, and then it will go to a new page. So now we need a way to edit our links. All right. Let's let's go to, this is probably something we could do, yeah, on a screen. So let's make a new screen, and this will be called edit profile links screen. Now we're going to do this one a little bit differently than we have been, because to me this isn't a page that we ever need to like really support in terms of getting to by, you know, SEO and like deep links and stuff like that. So we will make this still a state. I feel like this can just be a stateless widget. Where's our state? Where's our just, yeah, Flutter stateless widget. So let's just call this edit profile links screen. And we're going to return a scaffold. And in fact, now that I think, we're going to make this a consumer widget, just so we can actually have access widget ref. So I think we will actually get the state in here. So what we'll do basically when you press this is we're going to essentially go, we're not going to use go router here because we're not actually care about changing the route in the URL or anything like that. So we can just go navigator of context.push, and we can just do a normal like material page route. And in the builder, we have context, and we want to return our edit profile links screen. So now if I save all that, let's give this just an app bar with an app bar, title, text, update links. Let's just see if that works. So now I come here and I can go back. Great. So we have that, and we need to get access to the user's links. So we can do that by essentially like we've been doing in other places. And let's actually, yeah, let's get final access to auth state is equal to ref.watch, our auth provider. This should be auth state, and we should just go if auth state is auth state success. That's when we'll do this. Otherwise, let's just return a scaffold with an app bar. This shouldn't happen, but we'll keep our app safe, where we have a title of text, and I'll say the word error. Again, I don't think that'll happen. We want to keep everything really type safe. So that means in here, we now have access to our user, and that is just going to be auth state.user. Now we could, break this into its own component and stuff, but this screen, it has one purpose, so I don't think there's a need for that. So let's just do our body now. And with this, we're going to have a list view, and we can actually use a list view.builder. And in here, we're going to have our context, and we're going to have the index. And for the item count, we're going to use user.links.length, or we might have 0. Yes. Okay. What we're going to do, this is fun. So we're going to take that, but we're going to add 1. Okay. And then we're going to have something where we're going to have a value that's called final is last. Yes. And that's going to be whether or not user.links.length is equal to the index. And we need to do the same thing here. So maybe this is actually a good thing we can do. Let's just do this. Let's make something called links is going to be equal to user.links. This will make our life easier. If not, just an empty list. That way we don't have to do all this nasty stuff. We can just say links, links.length plus 1, and then same with this, links.length. So what I'm doing, I'm adding 1 here because we're actually going to have however many links there are, and then we're going to have 1 extra space. And in the case that it is last, if is last, we're just going to essentially in that very last one return a elevated button, which we'll do something with in a minute. And let's just have a text here, and let's just make it say add link. Otherwise, we'll get an access to link is going to be equal to links at that index, and we'll just return. I just want to see how it looks on Instagram. Instagram, edit my profile. I don't remember how to do it. There, edit profile, links. They do it at the start. Maybe we do it that way too. Nah, we don't have to follow it exactly. List tile. So we're just gonna have a list tile, and let's just have a leading as an icon, icons dot link or something. Yeah, that's cool. Good enough at least. And title will be text, the actual link itself. Okay, let's see if that works. And I should be able to click links and come back, and I have this add link button. Awesome. Let's also take our list view and let's add some. Actually, the button's probably the only thing that needs the padding. Yeah. Can we give elevated button icon label? I kind of want to make this look a little bit nicer. Icon, icons.add. So we get that nice little thing. Yay, add link. Okay, so let's make add link work because we need that before we can see how this will work. So add link, I think we can kind of do what we were doing with things like the pronouns, for example. So let's just grab all of this. And on our, where's our button? On pressed, let's paste this in. This will be an async event, and we will have the prompt dialog again. We'll make it say add link, and we'll just have something like URL here. And the initial value is actually always going to be empty. I mean, we could start it with like HTTPS or something. I don't know if that's helpful. We'll have our toast utils, and then we're going to call this new link. And we want to go, if new link does not equal null, we're going to go updated links equals, because we now need to take whatever the user.links are right now, fall back to this. Oh, we already have that actually. So let's actually just use links like this. We want to grab our links that we have right now with the spread operator and then put in this new link. Because we want to update everything, not just replace it. So here now we would do links equals updated links, and we should be pretty good there. Let's try that out. So we're here, we have 0 links. Add a link. Oh, I think that's good. Google.com. Submit. And look, it's there. And if we go here, this is now 1 because we have 1 link. Yay! That's pretty sweet. That worked all right. And then we should have a way to delete a link too. So we could do the whole swipey thing. We could have a way to edit the link, but that's unnecessary. I think we can just let people delete and whatever. Let's just keep it simple. And let's have a trailing button of let's just have a icon button. And the icon itself will be icons dot, let's use the clear. And we need that to obviously do something. So for this, basically what we want to do is call this again. So we'll actually just grab this and call it again, make it async, but we need updated links. So in this case, we can go final updated links equals, and we'll take our, we'll take whatever our links, but we can go ... remove at that index. So it will basically remove whatever index we're in right now, and we'll get our updated links. So let's try that. I should just be able to click this, and it's gone. All right, cool. So now this is going to be a fun thing. Let's make google.com. I'm going to show you something. And let's also put nintendo.com and youtube.com. Okay, so let's delete nintendo.com and see what happens. Ah, damn, it worked. Interesting. I was expecting there to be an issue where it rendered the wrong one being deleted due to like keys being reused. But maybe the list builder is just smart enough now. Either way, I want to give this a key. So we'll have a key, and we're going to use the URL. We're going to use a combination of the index and the URL itself, which is actually just called link. And we don't need those on the second one. So that will just make sure in case something weird happens, rendering issues, because Flutter likes to reuse components that look the same. And I know sometimes with deleting, sometimes you do run into weird issues like that where you'll delete one and it will render the wrong one as deleted, and this will just prevent that from happening. Basically, if the link changes or the index changes, it will always re-render. So we'll just do that. And we also are going to add a key technically to our to this right here. We'll just make the key called add link, just so that it doesn't get replaced. Just things you want to be thinking about in list builders. They're very efficient and smart, and sometimes that kind of stuff happens. Okay, great. Let's, where are we at? 20, oh, we've got a lot done in this video. That's great. So now we have our link. We have that. Let's make the links actually show up on the profile. So let's go to our profile screen, profile component. And where's a good place to do this? So we have pronouns. Let me look on our gold standard of Instagram. I guess it goes after the bio. So let's do that. Sure, let's actually just make this 8. Duplicate it again. Oops. And here we can go if user.links does not equal null. I don't really care about empty because we're actually going to just do this where we kind of map them. And I kind of don't want people spamming this where they have like 100 links, but I also don't really care about letting people store links on our server. So we can actually use userlinks.take. So take is a way we can be like, give me the first 3. But if there's less than 3, it'll still it will just get those 2 or 1 or 0, I believe, is how this will work. And we're going to map on that, which this will now have a link. And we want to make sure that we do something with it. So here we return some kind of text that actually is the link itself. And then we want to have .toList like that. And of course, this whole thing needs to be under a spread. And this, I think we just need that. There we go. So now we have that cool thing. Now for this, probably because it's a link, we can, give it a bit more of a style. Let's just do text style, decoration, text decoration dot underline. And because we might have multiple, let's see how it looks with multiple. So let's go edit profile, links. Let's add nintendo.com and youtube.com again, and come back. We have our 3 there, and we have them like that. Looks okay. It could probably be, I feel like a little bit of padding might be nice. Let's just add some symmetric padding, vertical 2. Yeah, that's all right. And I don't think we actually need that there. Yeah, that looks all right. And now that I see it, maybe just even 1, a little bit of space. Now this whole thing, and we'll wrap it just around the text. We want this to also have a, maybe an inkwell on it, where we're going to have an on tap, and we're going to, launch the URL. We don't actually have the package installed to do that yet, but we'll just go to do launch. We have a couple other to-dos like this, launch URL. But that's good enough for now. And let's just test to make sure that take is working. So I'm going to edit my profile, go to links, add one more link, facebook.com, click submit, go back. We see we only got the top 3. And this is something, users might be like, oh, I can only see the top 3. And then they might go in and be like, well, Facebook's better than, Google or whatever. And if we come back now, we should see Nintendo, YouTube, Facebook. So we're only showing the 3. That's something for the user to figure out, which to me in like these kind of apps is totally fine. When people are especially trying to spam it with like a million URLs, they'll learn, oh, it's only my first 3. And okay, cool. Same with the bio. We might, people might learn, oh, it's only, and maybe we can probably make this like 4 lines, but they write too long of a bio, it gets cut off, and that kind of thing. So I think we'll leave it there. We have links. Let's make sure that they are actually persisting to the database though. I'm sure they are, because we're relying on that, and they are. So that's awesome. And I can click this and go to that site, but of course we need to add that package for that. All right, I'm gonna leave it there. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for watching. This has been a good, this video came together pretty well. So see you guys in the next one.